Ever wondered how secure your personal data truly is? What if we told you one of the largest credit bureaus in the world suffered a massive data breach? Now that would certainly get your attention, wouldn't it? Allow us to introduce you to Equifax, a multinational consumer credit reporting agency, one of the 3 largest in the world. With operations sprawled across 24 countries, Equifax handles a staggering amount of personal and financial data, offering credit and demographic data and services to businesses. The company also sells credit monitoring and fraud prevention services directly to consumers. Now imagine the shockwaves it sent when news of a colossal data breach hit the headlines. But we're getting ahead of ourselves here. The story of the breach is a fascinating and complex one, filled with intrigue and lessons for us all. So, what happened in this massive data breach? Let's delve into the details. It all started back in 2017 when cybercriminals launched their offensive. The year that will forever be etched in the annals of cybersecurity as the year of the infamous Equifax Data Breach. This breach wasn't just a singular event, but rather a series of unfortunate occurrences. It all began in the month of May, when the malefactors first gained unauthorized access to the Equifax systems. The method of intrusion? An exploited vulnerability in a web application tool called Apache Struts, which Equifax had failed to patch in a timely manner despite a fix being available. The attackers, like ghosts in the machine, operated stealthily, their actions going unnoticed for over 2 months. During this time, they were able to access and exfiltrate sensitive data, including social security numbers, driver's license numbers, and other personal identifying information. This data belonged to nearly 150 million people, almost half the population of the United States. The breach was finally discovered by Equifax in late July, but by then the damage was already done. The information was out there in the hands of the attackers, and there was no way to get it back. Who were the likely perpetrators of this attack? Investigations pointed towards a group of sophisticated hackers, possibly state-sponsored. This conclusion was based on the complexity of the attack, the resources required, and the nature of the stolen data. Yet the exact identity of the culprits remains shrouded in mystery. It's worth noting that the breach could have been avoided had Equifax acted promptly to patch the known security vulnerability. Unfortunately, their lack of urgency and the absence of effective security measures allowed the cybercriminals to slip through the cracks and gain access to the treasure trove of personal data. The breach went unnoticed for some time, leading to disastrous consequences. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the importance of maintaining robust cybersecurity measures and the need for constant vigilance in the face of ever-evolving cyber threats. With millions of people's data exposed, the impact was catastrophic. Equifax, a major credit reporting agency with operations spanning over 24 countries, found its usual business operations severely disrupted. The trust, which is the bedrock of its relationship with millions of clients, was shattered. The direct costs associated with this breach were monumental. Equifax had to shell out hundreds of millions of dollars. But where did this money go? A significant portion was spent on damage control. This involved everything from reinforcing their cybersecurity infrastructure to offering free credit monitoring services to the affected customers. Legal fees and settlements also drained a massive chunk of their resources. Equifax found itself embroiled in numerous lawsuits from disgruntled customers and had to pay hefty fines imposed by regulatory bodies. Furthermore, the company had to invest in public relations campaigns to try and restore its tarnished image. The cost wasn't just monetary, the company's reputation took a significant hit, which is often harder to quantify but just as impactful. The breach led to the resignation of top executives, including the CEO, adding to the turmoil. The ripple effects of this incident reached far beyond the confines of Equifax. It served as a wake-up call for businesses worldwide about the importance of robust data security measures. With such a heavy toll, one wonders, could this breach have been prevented? In the wake of the breach, Equifax had to take swift action. They quickly set up a dedicated website for consumers to check if they had been affected and offered free credit monitoring services. They also worked tirelessly to patch the vulnerability that had been exploited. strengthening their cybersecurity measures to prevent further breaches. Equifax's response did not stop at technical measures. They understood that communication was critical in managing this crisis. They immediately informed the public about the breach and were transparent about the details. Throughout the incident, they kept an open line with the public, providing regular updates on the situation. Their communication strategy was not without its criticisms, however. Many felt that the company should have notified the public sooner and that their initial response was inadequate. Yet, Equifax persisted in their efforts, continually revising their strategy to better meet public expectations and needs. The company also reached out to regulators and law enforcement, cooperating fully in investigations. They understood that in the face of such a crisis, collaboration was key. They willingly shared information about the breach, contributing to a broader understanding of cyber threats and how to counter them. Equifax's response to the breach shows an understanding of the importance of both technical and communication strategies in managing a crisis. They took decisive action to resolve the issue and communicated openly with the public, regulators and law enforcement. While Equifax took measures to mitigate the breach, the question remains, was it enough? The effects of the Equifax breach are still being felt today. This incident has not only left a scar on Equifax's reputation, but also served as a stark reminder of the potential long-term impacts of data breaches. The breach led to a significant loss of trust among customers and stakeholders, impacting the company's market value and leading to a decline in its shares. Not to mention the extensive legal fees and penalties Equifax had to shoulder in the aftermath. The incident also had a broader impact on the industry and the global community. It highlighted the pressing need for robust cybersecurity measures and the importance of transparency in handling such incidents. It spurred regulatory bodies worldwide to tighten data protection laws and regulations, making a profound and lasting impact on how businesses handle and protect consumer data. So could this incident have been prevented? In hindsight, yes. Equifax could have taken steps to regularly update and patch their systems, a basic tenet of cybersecurity. They could have invested in more advanced security measures such as intrusion detection systems and conducted regular audits to identify potential vulnerabilities. But it's not just about what Equifax could have done. It's about what all organizations can and should do to prevent similar attacks. Cybersecurity is not a one-time investment, but an ongoing commitment. Businesses should prioritize data protection, investing in advanced security measures, and constantly updating and patching their systems. They should also foster a culture of security awareness, ensuring that every team member understands the importance of data protection and the role they play in it. In the end, it's about being proactive rather than reactive. It's about recognizing that in the digital age, data is a valuable asset that needs to be protected. And it's about learning from incidents like the Equifax breach, so that they do not happen again. Ultimately, the Equifax breach serves as a stark reminder of the importance of data security.